participants online. So basically, I've been invited here as IT guy who do the procurement. So I assume like you. And what I want to tell you is not what systems do we use, how we buy stuff. Of course we do, but what are the difference between the OPEX and CAPEX we procure. So first of all, I will tell you something about myself. I worked for CBRE for 100 years. I started as a regular IT support guy. Right now, I manage Central Eastern Europe, Balkans, and other countries. So basically, a very wide spectrum. What we do as CBRE, I don't know if you saw any green banners on the skyscrapers, on the office buildings, on the warehouses with CBRE brand. So what we do is we help investors to make money on real estate market. So basically, we have a bunch of companies, and we do end-to-end delivery for the landlords, for tenants, and so on. We are present across the world in almost every country. We've got a lot of our own offices. We are in the clients' offices. We manage more than 100,000 employees and a lot of corporate tenants, local level and the global level. So we are the biggest company on the market. When I joined the CBRE, I never heard about it. Yeah, but right now we are the top leader, S&P 500 company, noted on the US stock, so the big fish, as we say. So how we are organized? We are organized on the global level, on the regional level, and on the local level. So basically, our headquarters is based in US. So the most important things, I mean, the path we follow goes from US in IT. We have our own EMEA management in London. We've got our own data centers. We host everything in our own data centers. We do everything from the beginning to end user delivery, almost all in the house. So for us, the important things are expenses, quality, time, and the users. They are most important in the story because all of us deliver the goods and solutions to business, make their own daily activity and generate incomes. This is what we do on the best level we can. So how we work in CBRE and what difference are, which my colleagues who presented before me showed us how they procure goods and how they operate. I will tell you how CBRE does. So basically, all you know how we order goods. I will tell you the joke that my hobby is farming, so I bought a small farm, and I told to my wife that I need a tractor. So I went to some Allegro or whatever, and I told her there is the need. So I need a tractor. Fine. So I went to procurement, my wife, and said, listen, I need a tractor. So she asked from her perspective, she's accountant, by the way, and she asked me how much it would pay, it will be cost. Yeah. I said, oh, some amount of money, it is whole tractor almost like me. Yeah, so it won't be expensive. So from the procurement perspective, super cheap. Yeah. Okay, next question was, would there be any warranty? I said, no, because this is old tractor. So she said, okay, so what if it will break? You have to spend additional money on the warranty. Yeah? So from procurement perspective, the question is valid. Yeah? So I said, but I will use it very rare. So I don't need this warranty. I will fix it if I would need and pay from OPEX. Okay. She said, okay, if you think it will be fine, go for it. Yeah? So I bought a tractor. Yeah, it has been delivered. I paid for it. This is the old model. All we know. Just need, procurement, payment, and delivery. Yeah? So what are the differences in CAPEX and OPEX and importance for CBRE, because we have different things which affects IT on daily basis, users, and so on. So what we do in CBRE, we've got two categories inside the CAPEX and inside the OPEX as well. So statutory CAPEX, if you need to buy the laptop, only IT can procure it. What we do is that simply we standardize all the equipment. I will tell you about it later, how we do it and why, but every single country has the same model of the computer with the same specification, and what differs us from the colleagues made the presentation before me is that all the CAPEX equipment is built to suit for CBRE. So we've got agreement with the global partner, vendor, manufacturer. I won't tell which one we use, but we choose the specification we would like to use. And all laptops, for example, monitors, are built on demand. Why? First, it's standard. Second, it's cheaper because we agreed on some volume of the equipment. Third is that we can control the stock we have. And if we need bigger volume, we can negotiate it during the year if we got some additional project, let's say. Yeah? So this is the difference. What we use as CBRE and what we do as well, sometimes because we have as well technical facility company, it is called GWS. So basically, this is the guys you see sometimes in white buses with CBRE brand, and they manage the technical facility of the building. And these guys sometimes they need to buy, I don't know, printer for a client, not for CBRE. And they have to have possibility as well. And this is out of the scope of IT. It's of the scope of these guys, simply. So this is how we differ statutory CAPEX and this CAPEX which is recharged to the client. So how we plan it for CAPEX perspective, we do the yearly plans and we execute it in the quarters, simply. So we keep the stock. Every single country keep the stock of the equipment because of the delivery time. During the COVID, it was difficult because China and delivery time was very long. So we increased the stocks, simply. It helps us to just simply do the job on a daily basis and don't think that I have to buy a computer from the market. Yeah? So how we choose the vendors for CAPEX, OPEX? Simply. So CAPEX we do with the biggest players on the earth. So we deal directly with the manufacturers, not with the resellers. And we got the global price which goes to the reseller. So we buy the laptops, for example, below the market price in Poland, Czech Republic, wherever, and they get the fixed markup, and we don't have to think that in one country I will get different price, in the second country I will get different price. Price is always fixed with the manufacturer. Yeah? Vendor only executes and gets their own markup. This is the difference. Okie dokie. So, my colleague said about standardization. We all do it. Why? Because it's useful for us. We don't have to think what to order, what to do. But how determine what is the best? How it works? Simply, all of us got some statistics, and we do it as well. We do in CBRE the statistics of failures. Yeah? And for example, if we go to the vendor and say, listen, we've got 30% of battery failures in the laptops, we've got the numbers from the tickets, and we can deliver it to the vendors, asking if there is any global issue. If they say no, so we'll say simply, there is an issue, in our example. Yeah? Standardization saves money on a global perspective because we spend less time on IT work. That's why we have the standard solutions, because we build images for laptops, for example. And we can install fully packed Windows with all applications we use within 20 minutes in any place in the world. And this is what makes it different, that we don't buy CAPEX goods only because it's cheaper, better, and so on. That's because we will save money and resources on IT as well. With this scale, it's massive. Yeah. Do we use different vendors across the globe? Yes, we do. Why? Because not in every country you will have the same vendor and the presence. And this is the challenge for all of us, I assume. And it is problematic because of the CAPEX, because we treat CAPEX global way, and it's managed global way, not on a Polish level, not on a CE level. We measure it global and calculate global CAPEX. Once a year, we got approval for all purchases of the laptops, monitors, the CAPEX good across the world. And it makes it different. So that's why we choose the global vendors and global manufacturers and deal with them, because we have fixed price in every country. Very often we see the currency issue. I can tell you an example from my life and Markit life as well, that we got order for laptops, and we ordered it with the purchase order number, like all of you do simply, and during the delivery, there was a different price because of the euro currency rate. It grew significantly. And our finance team said, no, why? We make the PO, simply. So we went to our colleagues in Markit and said, listen, they won't pay it because there is a difference. Yeah, simply, it's a true story. So finance team said, fix it. I said, we are IT, we're not the procurement guys, yeah? And from this moment, we started to think a bit different way. That when we do the order right now, the euro rate, US dollar rate, whatever is fixed. The same moment we put the order to our vendor, the price is fixed. So euro rate, 4 zlotys, 50, 70, whatever, we know what we will pay during the delivery. And this is the key. OPEX, the most interesting thing, most of us think OPEX is small things like cables, other stuff. There are the statistics saying that in next 5 years, OPEX spendings will go 3 times, 300% comparing to CAPEX. CAPEX stay on more or less similar level. Organically, if company grows, you buy more laptops, replace them, whatever. But we buy all of the headsets, fancy stuff, cables, supplies, printing stuff, and so on and so on. So how we manage OPEX? So 2 ways. As I said, statutory, we don't allow users to buy IT equipment. We buy it as IT guys. Why? Because we keep the stock and we don't wait. In different countries, you can buy different OPEX goods because of cultural differences. I'm a big guy, so I need a bigger headset because I've got big ears, yeah? So in other countries, someone will like, I don't know, the red headset, whatever. This is not a problem for us as long as business is operational, yeah? But in different countries, there could be different approach to the OPEX. So first of all, we've got this OPEX statutory, let's say. So headsets, keyboards, which we negotiated with our partners, so manufacturers, and this is standard for the office, or the OPEX, let's say, that business can buy. Tools. Every of my colleagues said about the tools they use. All of the biggest companies use some procurement tools. Yeah, it's obvious. I don't want to tell about advantages, disadvantages, what we use, and what other colleagues use. But it's very important that selection of the products is important. We have 2 catalogs inside. We use Coupa. It's not a secret, but we've got 2 catalogs in a Coupa, statutory one, and for the business who can buy whatever they want for the clients and so on. So only IT guys can order laptops. Only IT can order the OPEX equipment, which we agreed on the regional level, that this headset is fine, we'll use it as standard. We will use this laptop as a standard, and so on and so on. And the second OPEX basket is for these guys who work on a client side and they need to buy it for the client and recharge it to the client. It has different cost center and so on and so on. So, mislack of cost efficiency, use global vendor or local one. I'm not the guy who will tell you that the global vendor is better or local one is better one. I see the differences in different countries because if you buy 500 headsets of for I don't know, iPhone, Samsung, whatever, there will be difference of pricing in a country and with the vendors. So for a bulk and volume purchases, we always compare the offers. And I don't force my guys to buy from one vendor or second vendor, choose the best one you want for the OPEX. Because we don't need such control for the color of the cable for the mobile phone. Yeah? Simply. We have to control the cost, and that's why we use Coupa. Every order goes through the Coupa, but we don't control this OPEX small stuff. And this is the difference. Burning money for rare use solutions. I think there was the Q&A to Carolina from Danone about the licensing. And first of all, in CBRE, we've got automated licensing delivery. So it's easier for us as an IT guy that user request through requesting system some license, Autodesk, AutoCAD, whatever. And when line manager will approve, there is the basket and they see the cost in our system, not in a Coupa, not in a Markit system, another system. In our ticketing system, when you order any device, you see the current price for it. How much business will pay for it, simply, like internal shop. So if you need Autodesk license, you raise the ticket, choose the product, put your computer name, quota, it goes to your line manager for approval. If line manager will approve, license is delivered automatically to the user computer. And this is what we are calling, automation in a way, because we save a lot of resources on IT work, because we don't have to assign the licenses and so on. We've got, of course, licensing procurement, and we've got licensing specialists who control the licenses. So what we do on the daily basis or quarterly, we are checking what products are not used or very rare used by users, and we send them the survey. If you need this product because you don't use it, it will cost this and this amount of money. Are you sure that you need it? And then we can decrease the licenses quantity and save a lot of money. With one licensing manager, we saved £300,000 last year. So massive. Yeah. Additional thing is the licensing or products. If you need to buy license, for example, if you use Autodesk, you're an architect, so you will use it 24/7 or 365 days a year. But if you're a technician manager in a shopping center, you need to open the AutoCAD file once a week, once a month. And that's why we changed the licensing model to flex tokens, for example, saying about the OPEX. So what we do is, if you need Autodesk, go to our internal ticketing system, raise the request, your line manager will approve it, and then you pay per click. So if you open AutoCAD, you pay per 3 tokens per day, and we are charged per tokens. If it's good or not, I'm not able to tell you. In overall, if it's cost effective, yes. If it's wider available, yes, because every user can use the product simply. And we measure it globally, not on a local level. Because if you ask if I would be architect and I would use this system, for sure no. But in a global scale, we save tons of money, and this is the difference in OPEX, how we do it. Simply. So, systems and other things, we use it. We use few systems, not only one, like colleagues says that they use one system for orders, delivery, and so on and so on. We differ for CAPEX, OPEX, as I said, and for us from the beginning, the most important thing is deliver to user. Cost effective, yes, of course. Warranty, yeah, we all know that is very important. But how in practice unify it and make it workable? So when we implemented Coupa, for example, if there was any issues, yeah, a lot, tons. Why it works? Because we dealt with the vendor who has their own developer, and they incorporated their own system to our procurement system. And it was beneficial because I don't have to touch, and check pricing, everything, because we got everything ad hoc right now in the system. And I don't have to think on my guys, what should I choose? Simply, yeah? So, how life cycle works? For me, most important thing is unification. We all are saying that we have catalog and so on. We've got published catalog of the devices, so computers, laptops, monitors, other things, but we extended it because we saw massive problem. I will tell you from my past company experience, when managing director came to one of my guys, he went to some local shop and bought the newest computer with the Apple and put on a table and said to guys, configure it. The confused guy called me, Robert, I got this computer, it's not compatible with our systems, we are Microsoft company. How to do it? Yeah, simply. MD said, I don't care, just deliver it, yeah? Okay, so that's why in CBRE, we've got catalog, which includes all the important aspects we burned money on, simply. And the catalog is not only important for us as IT, but for users as well, that if the VIP person, for example, comes to you and said, I need very light, super heavy computer, yeah, you got it in catalog, but I want blue one, red one, whatever. Oh, this is the catalog approved on a regional level. Yeah, so you can choose from this catalog, like in the Ford company. You can choose any color you want, but black. So it helps us very often. That's why we do it. We extended it because we saw very often issues with the audiovisual solutions. I assume all of you has been involved in requests or implementation of AV systems in your company. So there was always a problem because devices couldn't be connected to networking from security perspective, not compatible, local companies, and so on and so on. So we extended the unification for the AV as well. And in CBRE, IT is responsible for AV systems, and we've got catalog of supported devices. We've got corporate vendors who build the offices. So I don't have to think, if business comes to me, I need a Zoom room, Teams room, build it. So we've got the vendors, they know our standards, this is approved solutions, you can choose everything, but from this catalog. And this is for us the key. What we do is, as well, we unify the offices. So from perspective of procurement of hardware to the new office, what we do is we have the procurement team, we've got the project management team, because we build to suit offices for the clients as well. We've got architects, we've got the workers, whatever, to deliver end-to-end office. And as well in IT, business won't get approval for leasing new office if all the parts, all the puzzles won't be approved by proper teams. So, for example, if we have to build a new office, we got the space plan, then our team engineering in IT design the LAN cabling, other stuff, and they procure networking based on it. And business will get approved office when they're the full compatible and fully approved by IT, for example, and so on. That's why I don't have to think what monitors I can get, or if I can get 50-inch monitor on a desk. No, we've got one standard, Office 360, which is every single office is the same. Okay. From my perspective as a IT guy who managed the wide network of the offices and the people, the most important in CAPEX is control. I know that it sounds very brutal and not polite, but control in this positive way, that we do the statistics of the failures, we do the statistics of the good things we have, we do the testing. When we want to implement new model of the laptop, when our manufacturer vendor comes and say, listen, there is new model, it isn't automatically added to our catalog. We have to test it, build proper image, test in few countries on our test group, and then we'll implement it. Because we are the S&P 500 company, and we can failure, simply. Monitoring, of course, we all do it. So you monitor usage, breaks, whatever. In CAPEX, important are tools, but tools which will allow you to do the whole life cycle from the order or pre-order, from the request to delivery. And this is the most important thing from my perspective. How we do it, what is the future? In CBRE, it's simple but complicated, like everything in life. So when we will have new starter, and line manager will raise the request for new starter, in our ticketing system, automatically there will be request for the laptop. They can choose in a ticketing system the laptop, model, cost center, automatically is assigned, and then when it will be approved, it goes to Coupa, then order made through our vendor, and then computer appears, but IT don't touch the process in this model. Yeah? So basically we save resources. With one person in a region, we can cover all needs across the region because process is more or less automatic. And then we save time and money. OPEX, what in my opinion is most important, not control, monitoring of the costs of what you need. There are different needs in different countries, regions. Very important is if the tools are, devices are available on stock. So from our perspective, I don't want to say that it's less important, but we treat it a bit different way because we don't have to control every cable, every keyboard, every small device, and so on. OPEX is simple, order, buy, delivery. CAPEX works a bit more complicated in our company, but it saves us a lot of money. As a summary, is it good or no? I don't know, it works with us. We save money, business is happy, we've got computers on stock, we've got consumables on stock. We do the job, simply. Thank you very much.